on that beat, ho.
Dive City, Dive City, bitch. Dive City, Dive City, bitch. Dive City, Dive City, bitch. Dive City, Dive City.
Bad job!
People of the internet, welcome back to the Armbar Arcade and welcome to a very important moment in my gaming origin story. This is the first ever NASCAR racing game I ever owned. This is NASCAR 2000 on the PlayStation 1. Right, so we are diving straight into a quick race, which is where the game literally just randomly selects a car and a track for you. We're here at Phoenix Raceway and we're up behind my boy Jeff Burton. This is a massive rush of nostalgia for me. Oh, still on the outside. No, don't hit the wall. Oh! Don't hit Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. Whoa. Jeff squared. I've just been punterinoed by Jeff Gordon. I was too distracted by Jeff Burton. Now I'm getting punterinoed by Jeff Gordon. All right, you. I don't care if you're a legend of the sport. Get bang, mate. Get red. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Nearly caused a massive crash there in turn 3 and 4. Those of you who've known me for any length of time on YouTube in particular will know that I grew up as a massive fan of NASCAR. I was 8 years old when I first learned what NASCAR was, and I first loved it as a result. I just randomly found this race that was going on one day. It was on Eurosport, I think. It was some sort of highlights package. I was just like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Well, my voice wasn't that deep because I was 8 years old, so it was more like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever! We're up to second here while I'm ranting on. Ranting is clearly my fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that much outside. This was the first officially licensed NASCAR game I ever owned or played. And that's why it's so important to me. It means the world to me. Is it the best NASCAR game? Probably not. There have been better. There have also been a lot worse. But for the time, pretty damn good. And for me, sentimental reasons, it's awesome. And I've won. I'm just dominant. I'm that good. I'm that good. I wasn't even paying attention to the race. I was just getting all nostalgic. So I managed to win this race despite wearing rose-tinted spectacles under my helmet. Let's check out some of the other modes, shall we? We've got Championship Season and Race Against the King. But first off, let's go into single race. Let's keep it very simple. Select a car. Now, as far as I know, this is based on the 1999 NASCAR Winston Cup Series roster. And I gotta say, I'm just gonna scroll through this roster and just get a huge wave of nostalgia. Because this is right around the era that I got into the sport. There's my boy, Jeff Burton. Oh no, actually, there's me saying we can scroll through the in-game drivers. You can actually make your own driver. So, we've actually fitted the whole thing in. Nice, okay. Right, so there we go. So we are on the Armbar Arcade driver. And very kindly, the game supplies us with a couple of sort of generic cars that we can pick from. So what should we have here? We've got a Goodyear car. We've got a, whatever that is car, SFS. Seriously, fly, sex. We'll drive that car. Let's select a track. And I've got one in mind. Now, this is the full roster from NASCAR at the time, including a bunch of fantasy tracks. This would go on to be a staple of the EA Sports officially licensed NASCAR games. They'd have the license through till about 2008, 2009, I think. But in all of the games, a real hallmark of them was their fantasy tracks that they put in. Mostly non-ovals, because they knew that not all gamers, especially kind of casual gamers, would want to just drive ovals all day. NASCAR does run onto non-oval tracks. There's one of them, Watkins Glen. But only 2 of them, and the rest of the game's all ovals. Yeah, there you go. Ovals, more ovals, more ovals. There's one with right turns and more ovals. But let's pick one of the NASCAR tracks with right turns to begin with. Watkins Glen. Okay, so in a single race weekend, you actually do have the option to do car setup, practice, qualify, happy hour, which is basically another practice session. All of that as well. But we're just going to dive straight into the race because fuck it. Okay, so away we go. Coming around the final turn here at Watkins Glen. And I have to say, for the time, the graphics, particularly the cars and the tracks, rendered quite nicely. Oh, excuse me. Ricky Rudd decided, what? Ow. Oh, God. I just got a human centipede into turn 1. That was not very nice. Of course, you know, obviously limited processing power and storage space on the PS1 and everything, but these are actually done pretty well, and the cars are done pretty well. The liveries are really good. There's nice sort of visual effects, like you can see already the rear bumper on my car's kind of shaded a bit to represent it's damaged. There is some damage, but it's more like sort of body panels sort of deforming all over the place. Whoop, there we go, a little bit of sliding there. Oh my God. A little bit of drift do there in the final few corners. Is there going to be some punterino? No, not this time. Are we going to go 3 wide down the main straight? Nope, Ken's backed out of it. So we're now going to dive bomb. Here we go. Dive bomb to the bridge. Oh fuck. Completely did not work. Alright, anyway. I can intimidate the Intimidator. Yeah. I'm gonna intimidate your grill. Look at this. Oh, fuck. That's actually cost me a place. Nearly caused an accident there. Oh, God. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Pardon me. Seems the more British I am, seems to work out. The more British I am, the better I am at passing. So, excuse me. Terribly sorry, John. Terribly sorry, Johnny Benson. Ow! Who is this pleb? In the number 4 car, just keeps, like, randomly appearing out of nowhere. So it's like, okay, out of nowhere. Come around to the white flag, signifying 1 lap to go. Up the inside. Oh, it's Bobby Labonte. Oops. Right, side by side down the main straight with Bob. He's given up. Whoa! And then Sterling Marley's just decided he's out for a nice Sunday drive. He's forgotten what the accelerator is. The AI, I think, is on 100%. I upped it a little bit from the quick race because that felt a little bit too easy. But the AI can go up to about 120%. And at the top level, they are friggin' merciless. We're talking like Project Cars 2 AI cranked up to max aggression. Anyway, oh god, speaking of aggression, Sterling Marlin's remembered where the accelerator is and he's trying to repass us. But best form defense is attack, so we're going to attack Dale Jarrett, motherfuckers. I mean, not literally, that'd be kind of unfair. We're not literally going to attack an old man. Oops. Actually, we are. Excuse me, do you mind? Do you want me to break out the DIVEBOMBS City bitch? Oh, God. Whoa, it worked. Jesus. Holy cow. Right, here we go. Through the final turn. 7th place. Can we keep 7th place? I think we're going to keep 7th place. We are. Very nice. 16th to 7th in 3 laps. I'm just the king of NASCAR. Well, I'm not the king, because that's Richard Petty, but I'm, I don't know, the prince of NASCAR. That'll do. Right, so Arcade finishes 7th in his debut NASCAR race. Very impressive effort there. Very nice. As you can see, he's got a lovely sort of generic driver ID picture there. You'd think the photographer would have been like, can you take your helmet off, please? You want me to do what with my helmet? Okay, never mind. But what you actually don't know is that he cannot reveal his true identity. He's like a masked wrestler. In fact, he is actually Chopmaster Steve under the helmet. Fancied to dabble in motorsport, but couldn't reveal it to the world. He wanted to keep it a secret, so that's why he's kept the helmet on at all times. Right, so we've done a couple of races. I think it's time to dive into some of the other game modes in this game, namely Championship Season. Now, I know what you're thinking. Championship Season might be a bit long for a single plays video, surely. Well, the game gets around that because it has actually got a variety of different championship seasons you can do. It's kind of like the championships mode in F1 2017. You've got the full season, as you can see there, scrolling along on the right there. Or you can do half season and some track-specific championships, and they're broken down into 3 tiers, I think. You got speedways, which are the really big ovals, short tracks, which is the complete opposite end, really, really short, small tracks, the small boys, where everyone crashes into each other and gets very angry at each other and throws their helmets around. Or we can have a road course championship, which has Sears Point and Watkins Glen, and a few of the fantasy tracks, Arkansas, Badlands, and Lakeshore. Now, my favourite of these was the short track championship, so we're going to do that. Just 5 races, we should be able to fit that into a single video. NASCAR options, let's check this out a little bit. Interactive pits on, you'll see what that's all about. And up here, something I really like in this game, you can have any length of race you want pretty much, including 100%. You can have full-length NASCAR races in this game. Given NASCAR races IRL can be upwards of about 4 to 5 hours long, that's impressive for a PS1 era game. I appreciate that. But if you don't fancy doing a full-length race, I mean, admittedly, not all of us have the time to do a full 4 or 5 hour race, you can do something called short race, which is a 5% long race where the fuel usage and tyre wear is scaled a lot faster, basically meaning you have to at least do 1 pit stop, even though the race is only 5% long, which I think is quite nice. I think it adds a little bit of intrigue. You could basically do a sprint race, which still needs a pit stop, so you've still got some strategy elements in there as well, which I quite like. Right, let's go into physics and AI settings over here. We've got Rookie, which is 90% AI strength and 125% drafting effect, or Veteran, which is both on 100%. Drafting effect. Now, this is interesting. This is, of course, how much of a tow you get when you're in the slipstream of the car in front. We've had it on 125%. You can turn it all the way down to 90%. But instead, we're going to turn it all the way up to the maximum, 150%. Now, with any luck, this is basically going to be end up like as if we've just pressed the NOS button in a Fast and Furious film. We're just going to get in the tow behind someone's rear bumper, and we're just going to be like... I think that's everything covered. A short race, blah, blah, blah. Got a championship. A Arcade is ready to go. Let's fucking do this. All right, so we're here at the first round at Bristol Motor Speedway, and I'm just going to jump straight into qualifying because fuck it. Let's go. What I do like about this game, it does have a very nice, easy to learn, hard to master style, especially with the driving physics. Like, it has a kind of simcade feel. Depending on the setup, it can actually be very slidey and drifty like we are right now, or it can be very understeery. So you definitely notice the effects of tweaking the setup, which I do approve. And like I say, it does have an easy to learn, hard to master qualify, and we've just qualified on the pole. Okie dokie then. So much for that difficulty level then. Let's see how we go, shall we? We've got the entire field lined up behind us, ready to absolutely murder us at the slightest sign of a mistake. So, pray for me. Some poo's already coming out. Where we go? Green flag, boogity, boogity, boogity. We're down and away. Oh, now, don't go on the grey bit. Now, that's normally slower on a NASCAR track anyway, but in this game, it has that very PS1 era racing game thing of everything that's not the racetrack is actually made of toffee. It suddenly, like, slows you down. Like, like, I've known so many racing games in the PS1 era where the grass is suddenly, like, really, like, stodgy and slows your car down. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the camera angles while we're here. We've got a bumper cam. We've got a cockpit cam, which is quite nice. I believe you can turn on the steering wheel, but I don't know how to do that right now. But that is quite nice. That's quite a good cockpit cam. A rarity in these days. Didn't happen that often. And then about 1 billion different chase cams, including that one, for when the sponsors really want to get a good look at your car, when they really want that to be shown off. Okay, SFS stands for Stormfront Studios. Right, okay. Not super funky seagulls. Oh, we got a caution. Got a caution on the racetrack. Oh, God. Oh, God, we haven't taken it yet. I was slowing down because I thought the caution had already been thrown. No, Jeff Gordon's mugged us off. Bugger. Damn it. He beat us back to the line for the caution. Someone's crashed. Unbelievably, it wasn't us, and we're pitting. Here we go. Fuel, tyres, repair some damage. We don't need to get rid of any wedge of cheese. And here we go into the interactive pits. And as you can see, it's basically a rhythm game. It's basically a QTE. Fucking hell. Comes at you so fast as well. Jesus Christ. And it is pretty harsh as well. You lose a ton of time if you fuck that up, which I often do because I'm shit at rhythm games. Right, we're down and away. Back out. And we're back out in 12th place. That's not too bad. My worry now is that we actually pitted too early and we're going to run out of fuel before the end of the race. But I'll be honest, I do quite... Oh my God, what the... Alright, thanks for that, AI. Jesus Christ. Just randomly gave me back my control of the car mid-straight without warning. Like, the green flag didn't even show on screen till about a second after the controls got given back to me. Thanks for that. Right behind Kevin LePage. Or in French, Kevin the Page. Up the inside. He's like the Ferrari. He's Kevin the Page. Alright, here we go. People are pitting now. We're up to 7th now. Any more? 4. Getting close. And it looks like we're 3rd. Oh no, more people on the front straight. 2nd. 1st. We're back in the lead. Yes, there you go. So our strategy worked for now. Oh my God. And everyone's just stopped in front of us out of nowhere to randomly do a conga down the front straight, as you do. Race drivers do that all the time if they're bored mid-race. They're just like, hey, you know what? We're in the mid-pack, we're not really doing anything. It's a long race. Do you want to do an impromptu conga line? Yeah! Sounds like fun to me. The issue we're going to have now, we've got 6 laps to go on fuel. We are going to be miles away from making it to the end on fuel. So I think what we've got to do now, let's check, where is everyone? Where is everyone behind us? We're at 7 seconds ahead of Ward Burton in 2nd place and Jeff Gordon in 3rd. It's going to take more than that to do a pit stop, a lot more than that. So let's just fucking tear it. Let's just haul arse. Right, we've got worn tyres now, which might be a little bit of an issue as well. Do we pit now? Do we get it out of the way now? But then we'd have to pit for tyres as well. We are slow. Right, okay. I think I'm just going to pit this time around, get it out of the way, get some tyres on, and then just go for it. We're going to be last, but never mind. Right, into the pits we go. There you go. Oh, it was the wrong pit road. Oh, why? Because, of course, this track has to have 2 stupid pit lanes. And now we're low on fuel, and we've lost the lead, and we've... Just have to put fuel in tyres, and we're going to lose a load of time, but fuck it. See how good I can do Parappa the Rapper. Oh, look at this. Can he go for the perfect? Yes! Aced it! Woo! Why am I so happy at being able to do that in a 19-year-old video game? A game that's legally allowed to drink in pubs. And away we go. We're back out in 12th place, probably many laps down now. But we got about 4 or 5 laps to go. Let's just time trial this shit to the end now. Let's go. Get out the way, you annoying M&M's mobile. Oh, it's already the last lap. We are that many laps down. Get out the... Oh, my God. Number 36 car is actually trying to mate with our car. You've never seen that before. Now, kids, when 2 NASCAR race cars love each other very much... Anyway, the checkered flag falls, so they've already finished the race. I don't think we're going to make up any more positions before the end. But never mind, we're not last. We are not last. Worth pointing out, someone else pitting on the last lap. That's unfortunate. Never mind. Finished 12th. It's not last. That's all I care about, really. So after 1 race, unsurprisingly, Ward Burton leads the championship, having, you know, won the race that we just did. And even though we finished 12th, we're actually in 10th place. You see, in NASCAR, if you don't know, you get some bonus points for leading a lap, and then you get another amount of bonus points for leading the most laps out of everyone in a race. And I think we led the most laps, so we got a nice little ward of bonus points. We're just in the bottom end of the top 10. See if we can improve next time out in North Carolina. Right, seeing as default setup worked so well for me last time, we're just going to jump straight into qualifying. here at North Carolina Speedway. It is actually known as Rockingham Superspeedway IRL. And unfortunately, NASCAR have not raced at this track since about 2004, I don't think. Which is a real shame, because it was one of my favourite tracks. It has this really unique shape. Both ends of the speedway are completely different. It's not just a straight oval or like a cookie cutter shape or a D shape or anything. It has this really wonky shape to it. Kind of like Darlington, which is my favourite track in NASCAR. Oh, we only did one lap, and despite banging the wall, we qualified 5th, so not too bad. Bob and Terry on the front row. It is like being in a British pub. Oh, now we're in Murica. Rusty and Chad. There we go. This feels a bit more Murica now. Oh, we've got 2 Steves on the 3rd row. Chopmaster Steve under his alter ego of Mr. A Arcade, and Steve Park alongside him. Look at this. Just storming up the inside. I wouldn't even call it dive bombing. I'm just driving up the inside of this guy. Oh my god. The drafting is real. Oh no, ow. That is a side effect as well of drafting. Suddenly be going into corners a lot faster than you're expecting. Let's settle in here. We've got no, ow. Oh god, this is very, ow. It's been penetrated. Oh god. This is very non-PG, folks. If there are any kids watching, look away now. In fact, it's too late. You're on YouTube. Your mind has probably already been warped. There's a battle for lead going on up in front. I'd quite like to be a part of it. So let's crash into the wall instead. Right, here we go. Rusty's moved up to 2nd place. Bob is now down to 3rd. Well, Bobby. That's how you know he's American. In the UK, he'd be Bob. In America, he's Bobby. Bobby Hamilton. Oh, God. Oh, drifter. No wonder I'm getting warnings about tyres being worn out before I pit. Really, I wonder why. Like, I'm there and like my crew chief raises it in and is like, bud, your tyres are worn. And I'm like, what? How is this possible? As I'm there like, anyway, we have caught up to the leaders. Oh, nearly a slide job around the outside. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was watching that. He just about jizzed his pants with how good a slide job that was. But Rusty's just no-sold it. Like, fuck you, mate. You're not passing me around the outside, you pleb. All right, I'll pass you on the inside instead. Back. Oh, nice. We'll do some door banging as well. Worn tyres. He's pitting. So I'm going to stay out here, get a bonus point for leading at least 1 lap. What pit road am I pitting in? Because this track is like the last one. It has 2 separate pit lanes, pit roads. Is it on the front straight because I qualified up the front? I thought that was the case at Bristol. It wasn't. Here we go. Let's see. No, I've got it wrong again. Damn it. Finally, we're in. There we go. No need to adjust any of the wedge. I don't need to get rid of any of the wedges of cheese that are sitting in my car at the moment. Just fuel, tyres, repair some damage, and some Dance Revolution. There is a little bit of input lag on PS3 when you play PS1 games. Not much. Admittedly, the worst game for that was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, in that I noticed it. But it does make sequences like that kind of tricky. But I still prefer that system a hell of a lot more than Days of Thunder on the NES, where you had to control individually every single member of your pit crew. And they'd be really fussy. Like, you'd move them over into position right next to one of the wheels to get the tyre changer guy to change the tyre. And the guy would be like, no, not doing that. You need to move me 1 pixel to the left. Meanwhile, you're hearing this little noise going, beep, you've lost a position. Beep, you've lost another one. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. You're actually being lapped now. You're last. Everyone else has finished the race and you're still in the pits, you pleb. Everyone has pitted now, so we are last by some distance. Maybe this whole repairing damage on pit stops is costing us a lot more than I thought. But we are getting closer. Come on. Come on. The X button is basically imprinted in my thumb right now. It's times like this where I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? The move to using the shoulder buttons for the throttle and brake in the 2000s was actually not a bad idea. Into turn 1 and 2 for the last time. Closing in. We might get a slipstream on the back straight. Come on. Slipstream down the back straight. Oh, here we go. Come on. A little bit of a slipstream. Oh, there was a little bit. It was agonisingly little, though. Oh, big drift. I think that's going to stop us from gaining any more positions. But for the 2nd consecutive race in a row, we qualify up front, finish near the back, but we are not last. And I'll take that, to be honest. Right, so we're at the next round at Richmond International Raceway, a nice 3/4 mile D-shape oval, as you can see there in the bottom right. And now I'm finally going to fuck around with the car setup, mainly to show you guys how it works. I actually quite like it. It's fairly simple to use. You know, again, easy to learn, hard to master, one of those things. You've got these 3 sliders up in the top right, and they kind of change on the fly. So there you go. If we move the downforce up, we get some handling, but lose some top speed, and vice versa. So stuff like that. This is not a top speed track at all, so I'm going to crank up the downforce. There is also the advanced setting over here. So we've got fuel, car balance, wheel lock, wedge. How big do we want our wedge of cheese to be? A lot. I like cheese, so I want my wedge of cheese to be as big as possible. Well, I am a bit of a lefty liberal, so maximum left bias. All of the alt-righters on this watching this video have just fucked off now. They're like, oh, I can't stand his left bias, SJW. Rear bias, I have no idea what that is. Do I get a bigger booty? Yeah, bigger booty. There we go. So I've got a bigger booty now. Transmission. What do we do here? 1. All of them on 1 for maximum acceleration. The top speed of this car is now approximately 62 miles an hour, but we'll accelerate there in about half a second. We'll be like a Tesla. Watch as we're now way worse on a custom setup than we were on default setup. Richmond is this nice little D-shaped oval. It's quite a short track, but it is quite wide as well, so it's a little bit more forgiving than somewhere like Bristol or even North Carolina. Oh my God. This is maximum drift-do setup. My crew chief just like, oh my God, God dang it, the tires are being shredded. They're gonna last about 2 laps. Meanwhile, I'm out there like Jeremy Clarkson, like power slide. And I'm second. Yes. So apparently, ignore everything you've been ever told by any sim racing game ever. Power sliding is actually fast. We're on the front row along with Bob. Our old mate Bob on the front row. And boogity, 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 away we go, green flag. Let's look forward to dominating Bob. Oh, that sounded wrong. Let's just pass him instead. And do you know what? Oh my God. Oh, look at that. If that was burnout, our like drift combo multiplier bonus there would have just been off the charts. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Bob is using the 150% draft setting to his advantage. He was just going down the front straight like, hey, let's get a little slipstream here. Oh my God. How fast is this car? I don't know why every NASCAR driver sounds like some sort of bad hybrid of Donald Trump and Hank Hill. Is that Carl Petty trying to pass us here? He is. Whoa. But he cannot compete with this level of power sliding mastery. No, he's going to try and go up the inside here. No. Only I can practice Dive Bomb City. Only I know the keys to Dive Bomb City. Only I have access to the city. You're just some pleb. You're 3 wide. 3 wide. I was in the middle. Jesus Christ. Pounds to the left of me, jokes to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with the lift. How have my tyres not run out already? What is going on? What is this fuckery? Oh, there we go. They're only a little bit worn now, apparently. There is a shame that, like, tyre smoke isn't really simulated in this game, because at the moment, I wouldn't be able to see anything in my mirror, and they just would not be able to see me. It'd be like, smoke screen! And I'd be like, dadgummit. Jesus Christ, I can't see shit. Can you? How much fuel have I got? I've got exactly a lap's worth of fuck. I've got a lap's worth of fuck. I may as well pit now. So I noticed I'd have less than a lap of fuel to go. Right, so this time we do not repair damage. I have to say, I think my favourite ever, like, interactive pit stop system may have been in F1 Championship Edition on PS3, which was the one where you had to do basically little QTEs to control little bits of the car. It was like, press the shoulder buttons for people to change the tyres, and then at a certain moment, press square for the fuel guy to put the fuel can in. Little things like that. I quite like that. Anyway, we're out in 10th, so once again, we've lost a ton of time in the pits. Oh, no, look! People are still pitting, so we are gaining some positions back. We've just passed Carl Petty, who was battling with us before the pit stop. Look at this. We might not be last in this. We might actually be in contention to win after the pit stops. There's our mate Bob, who's trying to pass us for the lead before the pit stops. Now we're repassing him for 4th place. We're back up to 2nd. And now we've got Bob and Jeff all over our tail, and Kyle still lurking in the back. This just sounds like any sort of pub in Britain with some American tourists in it. Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Suck it, Ward Burton. I would do a crotch top right now, but that would mean throwing the controller down and probably losing my lead. Right, hang on, here we go. Right, on the main straight. Yes, there we go. I've actually just punched myself in the dick. That was really painful. Lesson learned, do not try and do crotch tops while you're driving a stock car. Well, we're back in the lead. Can we hold on for another few laps and get our first win of the season? The power of drift-do. Oh no, we've got worn tyres, that's a bad thing. Your car is noticeably slower on worn tyres as well. Oh god, oh no. What? No, we've lost the lead, we're gonna have to Dive Bomb City ourselves. You drift, fuck, we're all over the place. But we have done Dive Bomb City. Come on, one more turn, we can do this. Come on. No, he's gonna try and go on the high side. No, it's race to the line. Oh, we win. Yes. Oh, side by side at the line. Oh my god, that was so close. Oh boy, I tell you what. One thing this game does do really well, even for a PS1 era racer, it does capture that feeling of real NASCAR, the excitement of real NASCAR. Here we go, side by side. Look at this. Look how close it was. Oh, look how close that was. Editing out and put a freeze frame in there. Put a photo finish cam in there. Oh my god, that was amazing. Right, so here we are. Anyone getting deja vu? This is in fact Phoenix International Raceway, the first track we raced on in this video. We're back here. We got the win there, so another one of those would be rather nice, thank you. Actually, not too drifty. Not too drifty. Oh. Okay, that one really didn't work. Oh, dear. I was 3 seconds off the pole time. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Right, back to the old drawing board. Right, so we're rolling off at the start of the race. We made some tweaks to kind of bring up the top speed and acceleration at the expense of maybe I went too overboard on the handling. This is actually the... Ow! Do you mind, Kevin the Page? But yeah, this is actually the longest track in this championship. It's just over a mile long, I think. So we actually don't have to go quite as hard on the handling. We do have to remember about acceleration and top speed and all that shit. And so far, changes seem to be working. We're up to 12th place. We get some more positions here on lap 1 whilst everyone's bunched together. Oh, very nice. Look at this. More slide jobbing. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is loving this. He's just like, slide job, slide job. Oh, God. Kyle, do you mind? Just randomly brake check me. Are you still angry about not winning the last race, mate? Are you? Are you? Just flipping him off out the window right now. Oh, look at this. Here we go. If we can do the slide job down on the inside, we've got a fast car here. Oh, up the inside. With Chad Little. There we go. A little less conversation, a little more racing, please. Oh, we're up to 3rd. Obviously, people are already pitting here. That's interesting. Maybe if we can stay out here, we'll get a bonus point for leading a lap at least. Right, tyres are worn. Tyres are worn, and we have 1.2, 1.1. We are going to have exactly 1 lap of fuel left when we come round into the pits. Only 1 pit road on this track as well, which is useful. Don't repair the damage, as we found out in the last race. That is the difference between winning and losing in this race, obviously. Come on. Perfect. Yes. There you go. I almost wish I had face cam for this video. You see me with like my tongue sticking out, like my concentration face. More pitting. We're losing a lot of time here. Come on, guys. How slow was that pit stop? Oh, come on. We lost so much time here. We're 14th. Really? Oh my God, this pit crew is just bollocks. We're about to be last. Fuck off, Steve. Fuck off, Steve. Not being last. Not having that. Alright, let's just get back into our groove, see if we can pick up some positions, but fuck off. Alright, let's stay calm. Let's fuck off. I am calm. We've had such a random series. We've gone from pole to 12th in the first race, 5th to 14th in the second race, pole to win in the third race, last to 14th in this race. Ow. Get out the way. Some Punterino. There we go. Plus some Punterino. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to finish 13th. Not our worst result of the series, but kind of ruins our championship charge, I guess. We are probably out of it by now, but never mind. Right, so where does that put us in the championship? It puts us 9th place, 61 points behind the leader, Terry Labonte, and I have a sneaky feeling that maybe a little bit too much to make up before the final round. Maybe a tiny bit. We're going to go for it anyway. So we go to the final round at Martinsville Speedway. Now, this track is barely half a mile long. It's about the same length as Bristol, but it has none of the banking, so it's a lot smaller and tighter, which means that carnage is often a common thing, and driftu is definitely a thing. Now, if I've learned anything in this series, the more my car is driftuing, that is a word, that is a verb, the faster I'm going. So, the more power sliding I'm doing, the faster I'm going. So, flat out through this corner. Flat out through this corner. There we go. Here we go. Coming to the line, and we're 4th. There you go, you see? Driftu is good. Right, so here's the starting grid for the final race of the season, the Napa Autocare 500 at Martinsville Speedway. Something quite interesting. There's A Arcade on the second row, and then 2 rows behind him is the championship leader, Terry Labonte. There he is. Our championship hopes are probably all but over. This is a team that never knows when it's dead, so here we go. And you know what this also means, given that this is basically 2 hairpin turns? A lot of Dive Bomb City. Oh, this is just basically, this is the track that's actually located inside Dive Bomb City, the town. Jeff Gordon, you are about to get Dive Bomb City, mate. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Here we go. Dive Bomb City, bitch! Oh, across the grass. Yes, there we go, we're in the lead. Oh no, no, Jeff's back in front. Do you want me to dive bomb him again? I will do. Look at the dive bomb. The dive bomb and the power slide. This is amazing. How are we going flat out? I'm not braking. This is some grip hack shit right now. Oh, just listen to the tyres screaming in pain. So I'm going flat out around the track. I'm not lifting. I'm basically driving this shit like Talladega. Right, we are probably going to have to suffer through a period of crap tyres because I'm just rinsing them at the moment. But my idea is just try and get away as quickly as possible. Put as much time as possible. Because we will probably have a shite pit stop, and we probably will have knackered tyres before the end of the stint. So that's my strategy. I'm sticking to it. He is trying to stick with us, though. Come on. Try and weave on the straight so he doesn't get the... Oh, don't crash. Don't crash. No. No. Ow. By weaving on the straight, I didn't mean... Oh, no. We've run out of tyres already. This is a bad thing. I've got to still do another 8 laps on these tyres. Right, more dive bombs, more dive bombs. The knackered tyres can't save it. We're actually using the grass now to help us dive bomb. And we are still in the lead somehow. We can go 15 laps on fuel. Should we pit at like lap 12 or something? That's not quite halfway, but we can go more than halfway on fuel. I'm probably like Gran Turismo strategizing this one. Oh no, they've already worn out down to the cords. This is a bad thing. Right, I'm going to lap 12 and then pit. Fuck off, Jeff. Fuck off, you absolute Jeff. Right, I'm going to lap 12 and then pitting. That's my strategy, and I'm fuck off. How wrecked is my poor car right now? We're not repairing damage, by the way. No! Have you gone on the outside of me, you pleb? Right, up the inside. There you go. More dive bomb. More dive bomb into the grass. Is he pitting this time? He is. Right, this will be an interesting pit stop. Here we go. Into the pits. Right, here we go. One more time. Fuck. No. Got out of sequence there. There we go. And we've taken 20 seconds to do a pit stop, for God's sake. We're in 8th place, so not too bad. Not as bad as the 14th from the last race. Straight away some Dive Bomb City on Carl Petty, which gets us back to 7th place. Come on. The last stint in this championship. Let's make it a good one. And we're back up to 2nd. Where's the leader? Let's check where the leader is. It's Jeff Gordon. We are 2 seconds behind him. Is that the red car up ahead? It must be. Right, come on. Here we go. Right. Ow. Right, there we go. Dive Bomb City back up the inside to the lead. Come on. We put him in the wall coming off the final turn. Sorry about that, Jeff. Now, what I'm going to try and do what I did in the first stint, which is put a massive lead on Jeff Gordon and then not crash and give it away right as my tyres gave up. Come on, I'm just waiting for the little thing to start flashing at the bottom saying, tyres are worn. My poor crew chief should be like, Jesus Christ, what have you done to those tyres? Oh no, it's happened already and we've still got 6 laps to go. Right, come on, I need lap traffic. To save me here. Let's have a quick check on the leaderboard. We are 1.9 seconds ahead of Jeff Gordon, so he's staying with us even through lap traffic. This is tense. Right, up the inside. Thank you. A little bit of Punterino there. But as far as I can tell, the 3 cars immediately behind us, none of them are Jeff Gordon in 2nd. So we might be all right here. Oh no, we're going to have to be. Because now our tyres are fully fucked. I don't even want to look in my mirrors because I'm terrified to see that multicolored rainbow monstrosity in my mirrors. White flag, come on. Can we hold on for our 2nd win of the season? We've just dive bombed the shit out of Johnny Benson, put another lap car between us. I can't see Jeff in the mirrors. One more turn. Come on. Big old drift-do for the fans. They're loving it. Big old power slide for the final turn. And we're going to win at Martinsville. Going to end our season on a high. Very nice. I'll take that. Oh boy, that was sweaty. I'll tell you what. It doesn't help that I'm recording this in the middle of a heat wave in this country. But, that was sweat for 5% long NASCAR. Imagine doing full-length races in the game. I mean, Jesus Christ. Right, so we win the final race of the championship. Where does that put us in the final standings? It puts us 6th. Not too bad, given that we went from, 12th, 14th, win, 14th, win. We just had no consistency whatsoever, but I will still take that. That's about it for NASCAR 2000. I'll tell you what, it's been such a fun ride. A full-on nostalgia trip down memory lane for me. This is my first ever NASCAR game. And in many ways, it still kind of holds up. The graphics are dated by nowadays standards, so is the handling. It's a little bit iffy, but it is fun to revisit. It's a little bit of a time capsule for the time, the licensed roster and the tracks and everything. And it's still fun to play. It is good fun to play in an old school sort of NASCAR, Daytona USA, arcadey sort of vibe. Leave down in the comments below the first licensed game you got for your favourite sport. Be it motorsport, be it NASCAR, F1, touring cars, be it football, American football, rugby, whatever it is, your first ever licensed games for your chosen sport, down in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are new around here, and click our bell, yes, I did say that right, to be notified when new videos go up on the channel. And in the meantime, I'll see you guys next time in the garage area and in the Armbar arcade.